Now here's a great story about Norman the doorman. You see, I was asked to come down and address a group of CEOs in Puerto Rico and do a little keynote presentation. And so, you had to go get on the bus from the airport. You leave San Juan, you go 2 hours out into the jungle, and you get to this beautiful resort on the beach there. And I got on the bus, as I usually do, and when I got off, I'm looking for my bags, and I don't have any. I don't have my suit, which I needed for the next morning's presentation. I didn't have my computer, my notes, or anything. I just had me and shorts and a t-shirt and flip-flops. So I panicked. I ran over to the bell captain desk, and I saw a gentleman there, probably about 60, early 60s. And I said, "Sir," I don't know where my bag is. I mean, I know I got it to the bus, but it's not on the bus. He said, "Mr. Sims, don't worry about it." He says, "I got this covered. My name is Norman. I'll take care of you." Norman got on his cell phone. He called back to the airport. They located my bag. He was able to get a taxi cab that he authorized on his own. I'm sure it cost the hotel a lot of money, but I never saw the bill, to grab that bag, drive it, and meet the next bus, which was already on its way coming through the jungle, right, to bring me my bag. That night in my room, I had all my bags. And I was so impressed with that level of service that I did what I always do. I went by to the bell captain desk, and I took a couple of my green bean pens. I actually now have ice cream pens too, so I give those away when people do something special for me or something that I think needs to be reinforced. And I gave Norman a pen along with my business card, and I gave him another pen for his boss. Well, Norman wasn't there. They said he had gone home for the day, but that they would get the pen to him. And I said, "By the way, tell his boss that tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. I'm going to tell Norman's story to, 100 CEOs and what a great job you guys did for me." So sure enough, that next morning I do the presentation and it goes fine, and I tell Norman's story, honoring him, how he's, this presentation couldn't have happened if it wasn't for Norman, because I wouldn't have had my computer, and you probably wouldn't want me to be doing it with shorts and a t-shirt and flip-flops, although I have done them that way before. And I didn't think anything of it. I finished the session. The manager came over to me, shook my hand. This is Norman's boss. This guy has 1,800 employees at this resort. So that was a fantastic presentation, Bill. He says, "I just want to give you my card, tell you that made a real difference for me, and I'm going to talk to Norman and tell him how proud we are of him. I'm going to tell everybody in the hotel what he did." So, I got ready the next day to go home, get back on the bus, and as we're pulling out, Norman runs up to the bus. He's got tears in his eyes. It's his day off, but he said, "I wanted to see you before you left, Mr. Sims." He says, "I just want to tell you that I've worked here for 16 years at this hotel. I've checked in more than 100,000 guests just like you, and you're the only one who's ever told me thank you." He said, "I just want you to know how much that means." I was touched by that. Do you suppose those 100,000 guests had given Norman a tip every now and again? $5 here, a couple bucks there? Sure. He didn't see that as thank you, did he? It was only when I took the initiative to recognize him and honor him. Once again, the remarkable power of positive reinforcement at work.